Приветствую всех на финале игры. С вами дедушка Владимир. Не будем затягивать, а давайте просто продолжим. И посмотрим, что у нас получится в итоге. Так, мы остановились здесь. Черт, долбаные дроны. Она не важно. Не, ну почему эти долбаные дроны? Давайте-ка я поменяю себе эту пушку пока. Вот поставлю пока этот карабин. А что у меня пулемет-то так плохо, а? Все очухались. Нет, ты погляди, как дроны их лечили лихо. Что по медицине у меня? что у меня карабин мощнее, чем пулемет. Почему так? Почему он на них не действовал? Вопрос. Она пойдемте. Так, нам сюда. Сопротивление было довольно. Где? Так, мои восстановились. Еще кто-то есть. Я. Да.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
Hope you're right about this, Captain.
You know, I could have sworn I tested you for hearing loss, because I did say skip the Hope to Terra 2. Terra 2, not Tartarus. We could have saved this colony, you know. That was always the plan. I revive you, you do as I say. I tell you to go there, get me this, shoot that, and you do as I say. If you'd just listened to me, we could have rescued everyone on the Hope. We could have been the saviors of Halcyon. But you didn't listen. No one in this damn colony ever listens.
Ну вот смотрите. То, о чем я говорил, пойди убей, достань и тому прочее. Вот он прямо своими словами сказал. Ладно, я ему...
No, of course not. You're the board's lackey now. And isn't that just paying dividends? What did they tempt you with, hmm? Power? Money? One of those fancy reclining chairs? Calm down. I can't calm down. I won't calm down. Calm is the enemy of lucidity. Nothing clears the mind like sheer, gibbering desperation. This is how the board operates. It's not enough that they should win. They must see me fail. Well, I haven't failed, do you hear me? I still have one last gambit. I've got Adjutant Akande here with me, and I'm going to put a bullet through her eye. Well, yes. The adjutant is your employer, after all. I was expecting something of a reaction. If you insist on interfering, I will be forced to kill you. And I don't want that. I don't, you backbiting, double-crossing ingrate! I loathe everything you've done, but I was the one who revived you. Oh, I hate destroying my own projects.
Ну вот, и в этом весь его, как говорится, оскорбленный, как говорится, эгоизм, потом самолюбие, все. Ну что что ж делать?
I've programmed the labyrinth's mechanical warden to kill you on sight. I'm sorry to have to do this, but I can't take any chances with you. You were my greatest success and my greatest disappointment.
Ну вот он сам признался. Я был его величайшим, единственным успехом. Одновременно же я его и разочаровал. Ладно. Финес. Ты мне, честно говоря, с самого начала игры, когда ты меня просто забурвал в капсулу и скинул на эту долбаную планету, разбираться со всей этой коллегией и всем дерьмом, я готов был тебя еще тогда порвать. Ну что ж, двери туда мне открыть. Вот так оно и есть. Наплевать, понеслась. Достал все. Так, еще где-то трудно. Чё? Еще я думал, ты сдох. Ну давай вы. А что, сдох что ли? Все, понеслась где-то камера. Прости, Финес. Ты слишком многих покалечил, слишком многих убил.
Thank the law you're here. That madman was out of control. You were right to put him down. He was too far gone to be of any use to us. And what about you? You aren't hurt, I hope. Why shouldn't I be interested in the well-being of my finest agent? Not to mention my most valuable investment. You've put down the worst riot in our history, rid the colony of a dangerous madman, and saved my life. The board owes you a tremendous debt. We don't have a moment to lose. We're gonna have to work together to save Halcyon, because the situation is far worse than you imagined. We've lost all contact with Earth. It's been 3 years since we've received a message. We've had no contact, no signals, nothing. Earth has gone dark. 2 years ago, the Earth Directorate's frigate disappeared en route to Earth. We don't know if they ever made it. We don't know if there's an Earth to go back to.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth was more than just some distant colonial authority, Dr. Fenhill. Earth was our lifeline. And now, we've been cut loose.
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
That's precisely why no one else must know the truth. We're going to have to keep this secret to ourselves. We're alone, Captain. That's all I know for certain. Whatever happens to this colony, we're going to have to deal with it on our own. Returning to Earth is not an option.
Ну, я не буду затягивать все это дело, потому что это...
Yes, we do have a long road ahead of us. But I have faith in you. The service you've done for this colony is nothing short of extraordinary. You're the reason I'm still standing here today. The board will survive because of you. And as the board goes, so goes Halcyon. It's time we carried out the program. I trust I can count on your support, Captain.
Вот смотрите, колонию слишком запустили. Теперь я возьму дело в свои руки. Давайте так и поступим.
I support your decision wholeheartedly.
Решать все.
You've proven yourself the most capable leader in the colony. Now more than ever before, Halcyon needs strong leadership and a steady guiding hand. I look forward to serving as your adjutant. We're on our own now. Earth isn't coming to save us. So we're going to have to save ourselves.
Ну что ж, смотрим финал.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens
Мне
according to the
очень
grand
интересно,
plan.
как это все произойдет.
But the stranger
Сейчас
that arrived in
сложится,
Halcyon
потому
was
что
an unplanned variable.
я
From the
без
moment he landed
понятия,
in Emerald Vale,
как что
his
это у нас
actions altered the course of
получилось.
history. The riots in Tartarus ended in a total victory for the board. Without any significant threats to challenge their power, the board asserted their control over the colony. The lifetime employment program began immediately, and the people of Halcyon did exactly what they were expected to do. They obeyed. Sophia Akande converted the labyrinth from a prison to a processing center. She jettisoned the original colonists out of the Hope and transformed the ship into a massive storage facility. One by one, the workers of Halcyon surrendered themselves to the program. They arrived with their families and their friends, their colleagues and their neighbors, and then, one by one, they marched into their stasis chambers. As the workers of Halcyon slept in their hibernation chambers, their settlements became ghost towns, left behind by the board to be reclaimed by nature. Only Byzantium remained, a shining beacon of civilization in an otherwise abandoned colony. The people of Byzantium spent the rest of their days gorging themselves on their stockpile of resources. As for the workers of Halcyon, they never felt the effects of the collapse. They never felt anything at all. With the board shuttering many of its smaller townships, Graham was never able to spread his ideals to Byzantium. On Monarch, however, the iconoclast movement swelled, forming the colony's hotbed of philosophical thought and freedom, a consistent counterpoint to the board's capitalist regime. Or so they viewed themselves, at least. The Byzantium elite find it endearing that those anarchistic hoopleheads are still allowed to breathe halcyon air. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered sublight salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The sublight family would thrive for years to come. Over the years, the ruins of Edgewater caused irreversible environmental damage to the landscape of Emerald Vale, owing largely to the presence of toxic compounds in the town's building materials. As for Edgewater's former workers, their remains provided a source of nourishment for the region's fauna, leading to an explosion in the sprat population. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide Medevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. It was only a matter of time before the adjutant sent her troops to wipe out Adelaide's town. Only one deserter escaped the massacre. He was believed to be carrying the last remaining copy of Adelaide's research. The bounty on his head remains unclaimed. While the groundbreaker remained mechanically stable, the changing times forced Junlei Tennyson to make some difficult calls on behalf of her community. The work of maintaining independence was an uphill climb, and she found herself caving to bad faith compromises with the board. Time will tell if the groundbreaker can endure. As smaller settlements were swallowed up and their workers drafted into the lifetime employment program, Byzantium continued to thrive. While its citizens lived in decadence and extravagance, a small cadre of scientists worked to solve the nutrition crisis that threatened Halcyon. No one else much noticed the townships that disappeared from the map, or the luxuries that slowly lost their luster year by year. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. As the board reasserted control over Halcyon, Felix came to realize that his life as an upstart rebel had come to an end. The board's victory crushed any hope for a grand revolution across Halcyon. And so Felix, once again, found himself without a purpose in life. And so, disillusioned with his former boss and with nowhere left to go, Felix left his crew without saying goodbye. He was never heard from again. As a reward for his part in her courageous rescue, the adjutant invited the vicar known as Max to become one of the leaders of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. But Max had no interest in serving any organization, let alone the OSI, which he knew would never tolerate his heretical theories. Instead, he attempted to minister to the people of Byzantium. They rejected his ideas, being far too satisfied with their own material comforts. Disillusioned, Max gave up and left the city. He was never heard from again. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. As the board began to roll out their lifetime employment program, Parvati was increasingly plagued by dreams of freezing to death and rarely left their shared quarters. Stymied by dwindling resources, Junlei struggled to keep the groundbreaker afloat. Their relationship couldn't survive the strain. Parvati moved into crew quarters and found work servicing water pumps in hydroponics. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Adjutant Sophia Akande was instrumental in executing the lifetime employment program. Following the death of Chairman Rockwell, Sophia Akande served as the loyal adjutant to her former freelancer, now the most powerful person in Halcyon. With Halcyon's workers suspended in a state of hibernation, starvation and chaos are problems of the past. The lifetime employment program succeeded in its goals, but that success came at a price. The Halcyon of today is nothing at all like the colony of yesteryear. Power remains concentrated in Byzantium, but all the colony's resources serve the lifestyle of the elite, thereby transforming Halcyon into one of the smallest and most exclusive colonies in the system. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. With Sophia Akande as your adjutant, you returned in triumph to Byzantium. All of Halcyon was yours. In time, you demonstrated a talent for leadership that far surpassed your predecessor, Chairman Rockwell. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years to follow, and helped ensure the colony's survival. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Ну что ж, мы посмотрели с вами еще один финал, который, конечно, по сравнению с первым финалом намного мрачнее. Но уж тут, как говорится, как вы построите игру. Ну вот, мы закончили с вами прохождение этой игры. Смотрим титры. Но, правда, мне кое-что в титрах тоже интересно читать. И вот если получится остановить, то как бы титрах будет интересно читать. Похоже, игра очень долго создавалась, потому что так довольно-таки, можно сказать, довольно психологически напряженно. Это надо просто иметь огромное количество времени, чтобы все это сделать. Я не знаю, сколько игр создавал. Я вообще как-то не вдавался во все эти вопросы. Эта игра мне просто понравилась. Университет, обсидиан. О, а сколько теперь? Подождите-ка. А, черт, не получилось. Эх, зря это. Давай еще раз создать. Смотрим. Ну ладно, короче говоря, это повторяется то, что мы уже смотрели. Ну ладно. Ну что ж, мы с вами закончили игру. Я не знаю, какое впечатление осталось у вас, но у меня осталось самое хорошее впечатление. Да, игра имеет и хорошие, и довольно-таки грустные концы. Ну что ж, в принципе, в жизни все время так. Ну что ж, с вами был дедушка Владимир. Если вам понравилось мне вот такое повествование, особенно, наверное, может быть, я даже временами был как-то зануден в своих этих самых высказываниях, но, может быть, вам когда-нибудь, в чем-нибудь они помогут. Ну что ж, до скорых встреч в следующих играх. С вами был дедушка Владимир.